Hey, welcome back to this mini lecture. This one's on fake news. It's titled Fake News Rising, because it certainly is. Hi, my name is Dino. Fake news is important these days, not just according to me, but according to our good friends at the University of Michigan. It has been politicized. For those of you who have even the most tangential, minimal exposure to politics, it has been deeply politicized and is in fact embedded in our political landscape. Just the term fake news. Its use more broadly is to discredit contrasting viewpoints. So instead of embracing them in good faith, it's used mainly as sort of a label to discredit different views, contrasting views. It is complex. It is not a simple issue. It's nuanced and complicated, which I'll get into later on, and is persistent. It has been a dominant issue for several years. I've been teaching a social media class for I think 4 or 5 years now, and it was big, especially during the 2016 and 2020 elections, and it does not look like it's abating anytime soon. As a result, fake news is widely present and ongoing. Here are some statistics, not just me, not just our friends at University of Michigan. It's also Statista writes about some stats through their work. 26% of respondents, that is the share of Americans very confident in their ability to recognize fake news. 67% of Americans believe fake news causes a great deal of confusion, which is obviously problematic because we don't want as little confusion as we can in our overall information ecosystem. And 38.2% of Americans who accidentally shared fake news. As a result, similar to the last slide, fake news is a noticeable and an impactful problem. Before I get into it in more detail on further slides, just think about these terms, these 4 terms. Please try not to use Google if possible. What do you think of fake news, disinformation, misinformation, and malinformation? What are they? How do they differ? This might be a good time to pause the video before I get into them. Thanks for coming back if you paused. If not, thanks for watching all the way through. Here's a couple of different quotes, some from the University of Washington, some from CCCS. Fake news is purposely crafted, sensational, emotionally charged, misleading, or totally fabricated information that mimics the form of mainstream news. So it's similar to mainstream regular news, but it's done purposefully to mislead people. Disinformation. Similarly, it's deliberately misleading or biased information, manipulated narrative facts, propaganda. So this is more deliberate in intention. It could even be considered propaganda. In contrast, misinformation is false information that's spread regardless of whether there's intent to mislead. I often think of the two as disinformation being more deliberate, misinformation as being more unintentional. Finally, for malinformation, that's information that stems from the truth but is often exaggerated in a way that misleads and causes potential harm. This one's really prevalent in the sense that, especially in our ecosystem, not just of straight news, especially online, there's more opinion-based opinions. It's not just purely based in facts, and I think that's where a lot of the malinformation forms. That was Fake News Rising. My name's Dino. Please feel free to like this video. Please feel free to comment on the video. What do you think of fake news? Do you think it's overblown? Do you think, as others might believe, that it's a sincere threat to our information ecosystem and our democracy? Do you think it's getting better? Do you think it's getting worse? If you like similar types of content, please feel free to subscribe to this channel as well. Thanks for watching. Take care.